Welcome into Week 15 of the 2-Minute Drill. I'm your host, RJ Rice. Alongside me, Matt Foley, Brett Berner, Braden Laszlo, and Aaron Pepling. And we got a fun little slate here on segment 1 to talk about. We will start with the Thursday night football game that happened a couple days, or actually now a week ago. As the Dallas Cowboys lost to the Detroit Lions in Ford Field, 44-30. Dak having 376 passing yards and 2 picks with a touchdown. Jared Goff having 25 of 34, 309, and a touchdown. Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery having 4 total touchdowns. Man, Jahmyr Gibbs, so good at football. And then obviously having David Montgomery as well alongside him. Just a great running back duo there in Detroit. They get a big victory. They moved to 8-5, only having 2 total losses at home compared to Dallas's 5 on the road. But I think this, for the Detroit Lions, is a big win. I think one they really needed.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this last week. The questions were, was Detroit's offense going to show up, especially after not really showing up in the Thanksgiving games? And they showed up 44 points against the Cowboys. That's something. I mean, the Cowboys' defense isn't much, but it had been improved. And they were just able to force turnovers and pick off Dak, forcing 2 interceptions, and really limiting George Pickens' production, only 37 yards on 5 receptions. So it was just a good all-around win for the Lions, and they're back on track to try and contend for that NFC North title.
Yeah, Detroit needed this one. It was, big win. They got them at home. Dallas coming on the road. The Lions, I think, were slight favorites in this one, but still, it didn't feel that way to a lot of Lions fans. There was a lot of angst amongst, a lot of fans saying, this is kind of do or die. This team has not, played to its best this year, but they got Jahmyr Gibbs rolling early in this game. The passing attack came back alive against a weak Dallas defense. Credit to the Cowboys. This team is very good, and I think they still are able to. Right now, I think they're better. They have better odds of winning their division than finding a way to get to a wild card spot. That's just how it's set up. And with the Eagles, we'll talk about them a little bit later, continuing to flame out. Detroit needed this one. They're still alive. In my opinion, I think at this point, it almost feels like the Packers are probably going to win the division, and the Lions and the Bears in Week 18 might decide who gets that last playoff spot.
Yeah, you mentioned it with the Cowboys, coming into that game, 3-game win streak with big-time wins over the Eagles and then the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. So they were riding a pretty high wave coming in to Detroit on Thursday night, but that offense just really didn't get going. Obviously, 30 points is really, really good for an NFL offense, but the defense kind of flamed out as well, letting up 44 points. I know Aaron's a big-time Cowboys fan, so I'll let him kind of go into the Cowboys a little bit more. But the Lions, obviously I'm a Packers fan. I'll watch the Thanksgiving Day game. That offense just cannot get going against that Packers defense. So it's kind of good to see them get back to their winning ways with a offensive explosion. I love this Lions offense with all the weapons they have, like J-Mo, St. Brown, and then the Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield with Montgomery and Gibbs. So it's a very electric offense. You can never count them out of any game. And, yeah, this Detroit team is really, really good. Them in Chicago, it's going to come down to them for that last wild card spot.
I said this on Wednesday night during Sports Night, during the NFL segment, when we were covering this game. And I said it was just classic Cowboys back to early in the season, where the offense puts up a solid amount of points, enough to win a game, and the defense just doesn't show up. And, that's what happens. And obviously something has to change with that defense because, I think this has been said for weeks now, if not the entire since week 1. Eberflus does probably need to go at the end of the season. You're not going to fire him mid-season because you just don't do that to a DC, especially in this scenario when your team's still technically fighting for the playoffs. But Eberflus, he's not a great defensive coordinator. Obviously, he did fine before he was a head coach for the Bears. But since then, he's been on the decline. Props to him for at least doing his best with the tools he has, because obviously a lot of injuries for the Cowboys throughout this whole season. But the big thing for this game was the turnovers. Obviously, the 2 Dak interceptions, not really his fault. One of them hit off his receiver's hands. The other, his receiver, I believe it was Pickens, didn't put his hands out, and it got deflected by the defender. Then Ferguson fumbling, that was a big one. If Ferguson doesn't fumble, there's a chance that there's a 7-point swing there where Dallas gets a touchdown. Detroit doesn't get that short field. But at the end of the day, Detroit probably earned or deserved this win. Played better than the Cowboys the entire game.
Yeah, I think especially for the Dallas defense that, I mean, Aaron, you talked about it kind of doing what Matt Eberflus can with those pieces. I mean, you trade for guys like Logan Wilson, obviously Quinnen Williams, the big splash trade. I think they've gotten better since the trade deadline defensively, which is obviously the goal of those two trades. But obviously this game not really helping in any sort of way, allowing 44 points, especially in Detroit. That home crowd, Brett, I know you can attest to this, it's massive, as some might say. But obviously I think for CeeDee Lamb, he had a great game for the Dallas offense, obviously having 121 receiving yards. Did not have a touchdown, though. Ryan Flournoy had 115 yards, though, and a touchdown. Nice little shout-out. But I think for Dallas, I mean, you're 6-6-1. With how the way the NFC is looking and who they have remaining, I mean, they have Minnesota, the Commanders, and the Giants all on their schedule. I mean, you kind of have to win out and wait and see what happens there. But we will be definitely looking at the playoff picture at some point. Probably not now, but we'll find a way to get that intertwined. But now the next game, we will talk about actually some news with this game before. That was kind of leading in. Daniel Jones, obviously torn Achilles. He is out for the rest of the season. I think a big blow for the Colts. He was having a really great year, probably almost you could say a career year for the Colts. And obviously with how good Jonathan Taylor has been this season for this Colts offense, they were really looking like one of the high-end favorites in the AFC, and then they just kind of started to fall back down to earth. And then I know Riley Leonard was playing this game a lot. He was actually a full participant in practice today. So will he be a starter? We won't know, but he'll have to fight for it with Phillip Rivers. Obviously, the Indianapolis Colts and Phillip Rivers had discussions. They felt like it was necessary for a reunion. The Colts are kind of now in desperate mode for a quarterback. Why not get Phillip Rivers? I mean, a potential future Hall of Famer. And if he is on the active roster and he does take a snap, or if he's on the active roster, I believe in general, his Hall of Fame clock will reset. So a big thing to note there. But the Jacksonville Jaguars kind of manhandled the Colts 36-19. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence having 2 touchdowns, 244 passing yards, and then obviously Riley Leonard having 145 passing yards and a pick. It just looks like this Jacksonville team, obviously, I would arguably say both sides of the ball were better. Obviously, a kind of shaky second half by the Jaguars, but that first half was just so dominant by Jacksonville, and obviously giving them the win. But I think for Indy moving forward, it's iffy now. They might even make the playoffs.
No, they're going to make the playoffs. Riley Leonard's a winner. He knows how to win. He's back. He's in Indianapolis, in his favorite state in the world. I mean, this Colts team's destined for the playoffs. They know what to do. Leonard's a proven winner. I mean, it's hard to miss the playoffs. Already 8 wins, and you got Jonathan Taylor. Like, the way he's been playing, I mean, this Colts team is good enough to make the playoffs, and I think they should ride with Riley Leonard, especially with his legs, to move on and to make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think definitely, obviously it sucks for Daniel Jones. You're playing this great ball on a contract year, and then you go down with injury. It sucks, but the Colts can't be, kind of set back by this. They have to kind of keep faith because they kind of went all in on this team. They made the deal at the deadline for Sauce, trading away first-round picks to go out and get that star cornerback to kind of show like, hey, we're all in. And I think this offense is still going to be okay, and this team can still be okay because at the end of the day, it is Daniel Jones running this offense. It's not like it's, 2018 Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. You had a quarterback. It's a very similar situation to what the 49ers have been going through for the past couple years. It really doesn't matter who the quarterback is because it's such a quarterback-friendly offense. You're going to be okay if it's Riley Leonard. You're going to have to change some things, obviously, and this doesn't discredit anything Daniel Jones has done all year. You could even be okay if a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers ends up getting back there under center. But for the Colts, you just got to remain faith. You really don't have anything else to fall back on. D'Amico Ryans and the Texans are hot on their tail for this division. The Jacksonville Jaguars are right there as well. So you're kind of right now, I think you're almost shifting your attention to just getting away into the playoff. Find a way in, even if it's a wild card spot, if it's a miraculous win on the road to the division. But either way, the Colts, it's a tough situation. You got to deal with it, though.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely horrible news for Daniel Jones. Like, had him in fantasy too, so that was pretty rough. But prayers to him, and hopefully he makes a full recovery and gets back to playing that high level. But for the Colts, 3-game losing streak, and then you play for your last 4 games. You play two teams in the toughest division of football in the Seahawks and the 49ers, and then you play the two best teams in the division right now, Jaguars and Texans, who you're tied with for second right now in the division. So it's going to be a tough road for the Colts to make it to the playoffs. I'm not saying that they won't. I think that they will find a way in there. It's not going to come easy, though, especially with this quarterback situation right now. I do like Riley Leonard a lot. I do agree with Matt. He is a winner. He knows how to win. Plus, he's got all the tools there. Obviously, he's a rookie, first big game action last week. But if they choose to ride with him, I don't think they'll regret that decision at all. You could let him develop a little bit. You get him some reps against some high-quality opponents right before playoff time.
I mean, it's as this has been said before, it's horrible for Daniel Jones going down with that injury, especially since he's been playing through that broken, femur that he broke?
It was fibula, I think.
Fibula. Yeah, broken fibula. I mean, tough for him to go through that and then also to now go through this Achilles tear. But obviously, you've got Riley Leonard. You've got Grandpa Phillip Rivers on the team who hasn't played since, 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
It'll be interesting to see what goes on with him if he's actually gonna play. If Leonard doesn't, I mean, if he doesn't play, if Leonard doesn't play, it's got to be Rivers. Or I did see something that if they didn't sign Rivers, Warren was their second string. I don't know if they're gonna put him in the
high school
backfield.
tight end. Played a lot of Wildcat at Penn State. I think it could have been something.
I mean, I want to see him throw the ball, but I don't know. I think
Could've called Cam
Rivers
Newton.
might. Yeah, I think if Leonard doesn't play, we're gonna get to see a 44-year-old Grandpa Phillip Rivers slinging the rock. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor, obviously he didn't have his best game, but now that Jones is out for the rest of the year, I think we're gonna see more of Taylor, just like we've seen at the beginning of the year where Taylor was the most dominant running back in the league. I think we're gonna get more of that. Obviously, he's gonna get over 100 yards easily in every game. They're gonna just keep feeding him the ball. But tough loss for the Colts. Obviously, losing your quarterback is always gonna hurt, but it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back.
Yeah, and I think for the Colts, something at least that alerts me now, your final 4 games are Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville, and Houston. All of those teams are red hot right now. So you have to play your best football in this last month of the season, and we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I will definitely be keying in on this Colts team. But for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 9-4 now, you have a good chance at that division. I mean, you're the favorites right now. We have to wait and see what happens there. I want to go to the NFC North now. I'll go kind of flip a little bit of script. The Green Bay Packers getting a big win in the NFC North against the Chicago Bears. And obviously now Caleb Williams having 19-35, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Jordan Love, 17 for 25, 234, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Obviously, we have a Packers fan in the room with obviously Braden Laszlo here. I know you'll go into the Green Bay side of things. I'll look more at Chicago's. Obviously, it's one of those tougher losses. I mean, it's a one-score game. Honestly, I think really for the Chicago team, it's played a lot better in that second half than in the first half. But Green Bay just did enough to hold them off, and I think for Green Bay it's a really big win because now you could potentially win the division, and I think we'll have to wait and see because this division could easily come down to the last week. But for Green Bay, obviously having Josh Jacobs, 86 yards and a touchdown on 20 carries, and obviously Christian Watson, 2 touchdowns and 89 yards receiving. So for Green Bay, a big win for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a huge win for Green Bay. Chicago, just a tough loss. You got to just move on quickly, especially with how good the NFC North is. I mean, just Toyotathon just continues to happen for some reason. Just the Packers just find ways to win. Jordan Love is playing his best football right now, like he normally does in the later half of the year. But I mean, this was just a good game and just an unfortunate ending for Caleb Williams on the last play.
Yeah, credit to the Packers. They get the job done. Jordan Love, another good game. But Caleb Williams, it has continued to be frustration because Ben Johnson has the team rolling. And for every Caleb Williams play that you're like, wow, this is the number 1 overall pick. He can really be the face of this league. He can make these magical throws. You have this play like this to end the game. It's just wafted in the air. No chance of getting to Colson Love one in the back of the end zone. It's the same play they ran the same play. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and it was successful. Tried to do it again. Keyshawn Nixon makes a great play, and in all honesty, he was in man coverage, comes off of his receiver, and just in right place, right time to break up the pass. So it's a good play by him. Take away nothing from it. But Green Bay, again, ekes out another close win. This team continues to find ways to win on the road at Soldier Field. Always going to be tough, but this is a big one. I think this almost now really secures the Packers in first place in the NFC North, maybe going the rest of the way out. It's a tough schedule for both Detroit and Green Bay going forward. A lot of those high-profile games left, upset watches here and there, but it's getting close to playoff time, and the Packers got the big win on the road in Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got the main thing for me with this Packers team is getting healthy at the right time, and we're starting to see that in the receiving room. Obviously, Christian Watson comes back against Pittsburgh about a month ago, actually, and big time in that game, touchdown. And then you get Jayden Reed back against the Bears, and that kind of just unlocks another layer of the field. I know Jordan Love loves to find Christian Watson deep downfield, but now that you have a slot guy like Jayden Reed, you can kind of work the middle of the field a little bit more, try to spread that defense out a little bit more, try to work it into different spaces. But Christian Watson has truly been the Swiss Army knife so far in his return since tearing his ACL last season against the Bears. So, I mean, this unlocks a new dynamic for this Packers offense, and Jordan Love is reaping all the benefits of getting his receivers back. We saw it against the Lions on Thanksgiving. We saw it against the Lions in Week 1 when everybody was healthy except Christian Watson. But very impressive from the Packers here at home against the Bears. I mean, it's a tough road ahead for Green Bay. You go on the road to Denver this week to play the Broncos, who are on an absolute heater with 10 wins in a row. But I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. This is a massive win for first place in the division.
Yeah, I mean, massive win for the Packers and a great game for Christian Watson, getting those 2 touchdowns and 89 yards. I had him in fantasy, so I'm really glad that he had that massive game. What RJ?
I'm just here, man.
Yeah, okay.
I know Brett Burner's enjoying a lot of talk about massive over there.
I don't know where this came from.
What was that, last year?
Yeah, it was
that's some U92 lore.
You guys said that I said massive like 4 times.
It was 7, man. I'm telling you, it was up there. But
hey, man, it was a massive game.
It was. You're right.
It's a good what adjective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping now that with this loss, the Bears can start to collapse, because that makes it easier for the Cowboys to make the playoffs. If the Bears can just
right.
if the Bears can just lose out, that'll get them to 9-8, and I feel like the Cowboys will, a chance to win out there.
I'm sorry, Aaron, to break your host, but they play the Cleveland Browns this week. That's a free win. I want Chicago. I'm a Chicago fan. I'm a Chicago fan this weekend.
I like the Bears.
Man, Shedeur won Rookie of the Week.
Talk about them?
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
You can have Shedeur.
Let's go to the Browns.
Let's
talk about that game.
We got more important games
Perfect
to talk
timing.
I don't know.
about.
I mean,
It's the perfect loss.
440 passing yards.
Hey, man, we got QB1 for now, and let's hopefully we just gotta hope we just gotta hope he plays good. That's all that matters now.
You don't got Coach 1 for a while.
Kevin Stefanski should get fired, and we'll wait and see if that actually does happen at the end.
Dable.
No, you're getting Dion.
Oh, I'd love to have Dable. Oh God, please no.
Yeah, take Dion.
Dion's coming home.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Trade for Travis Hunter, too, while you're at it.
No, God, no. There's a reason why we traded out. There's a reason why we traded out of the pick, guys. I love Mason Graham. Great player.
I was going to say, Shiloh's coming. Shiloh's coming as well.
Just reunite the whole.
No.
Shiloh's
It's
part
just
of
Colorado.
Shiloh's part of that Louis luggage that Coach Prom's bringing with him.
I'm good. We'll move to the AFC North now. Or speaking of the AFC North, obviously the Pittsburgh Steelers getting a big win, and some might say controversial win in Baltimore as they won 27-22, moving to 7-6 and now 4th in the AFC playoff picture. And Aaron Rodgers having 1 touchdown through the air, 284 passing yards. But guess what, guys? He ran 1 on the ground, which I was not expecting to see on my NFL bingo card for this past week. Yeah, get it out. We don't have any.
Double check.
Let's say discount double check, man. DK Metcalf had a great game, having 148 yards on my bench. Just gotta love it.
It's good for a tight end.
And bro, and let's see who else. Yeah, Jalen Warren even had some stuff through the air. Obviously, 49 receiving yards on 3 catches and a touchdown. He had not much rushing games for the Pittsburgh Steelers, only 34 total yards. But Baltimore having Derrick Henry around for 100 yards. Lamar had a touchdown and a pick. He's kind of been going through, I don't know what it is. He doesn't practice on Wednesdays now. Weird stuff going on in Baltimore.
Practice on Wednesdays.
That's a newer thing in the past month. He wasn't like that before. I don't know. It's always, they're trying to switch it up. I mean, you're 6-7 for the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, jeez. Yep. All right. Get it out. Zay Flowers having 124 receiving yards, and I think really for Baltimore, this is a big one to lose, especially now because you lost the division. I mean, a lot of people knew this was going to happen, but it's just a matter of when. Obviously, they have Cincinnati coming up, but for the division, I mean, you play the Patriots, Packers, Steelers, and Bengals. That is not a good schedule if you're Baltimore.
This division blows. But all these teams suck. They're all first-round exits. The Steelers are probably going to win it at 9-8, and Mike Tomlin is just going to be in his feels, and whoever wins this division is getting bounced in the first round. But all these teams suck. I was told last week on 2-minute drill that both these teams didn't suck, and this game sucked. This was just an awful game. Just two teams that just absolutely suck. The Steelers are just so unbearable to watch. They're the most boring team humanly possible. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, it's just like, does Lamar even care playing for the Ravens anymore? I mean, like he wants to head to South Beach. He wants to go play in Miami. He wants to go run under Mike McDaniel.
What?
The Ravens just suck. The Steelers also suck.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I think that definitely these two teams aren't going to beat a lot of the playoff teams right now if you face off one-on-one. But I would have more hope in the Ravens beating a team than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I get that,
But Mike Tomlin gives up in the playoffs.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson has had struggles, and it's been big-time struggles. It's not something you can just write off and be like, oh, he's fine, he's Lamar Jackson. Like, no, this is apparent bad turnover struggles, and this whole team has had turnover problems. You've seen it with Derrick Henry as well, with the fumbles at the beginning of the year. Jackson now, ever since coming back from that injury, just has not looked the same in this entire Ravens organization. Something's off. I don't know if it's the head coach. I don't know if it's with management. I don't know if it's the locker room. I don't know if it's the players. Something's off in Baltimore. Credit to the Steelers. They got the win. Like you said, Matt, wasn't pretty, but win's a win. If Mike Tomlin goes 9-8 and wins this division, let me just tell you right now that Steelers by Joey Post is going to hit like crack.
Oh, it's going to hit. It's going to hit.
Shout out Steelers by Joey.
I mean, this game, I wouldn't say this game sucked because there was drama at the end. Do we think that was a touchdown?
Yes, it was a touchdown, but again, I'll always say it. If you are going to complain that one play doesn't change the trajectory of a game.
Oh, for sure.
So, don't put yourself in that situation where, yeah, it sucks. It should have been a touchdown, I think. I mean, that's a catch, clearly. I see the argument both ways. In my opinion, it's a catch, but don't let the game come down to that.
I agree. I think that the Ravens had chances to go out and win this game, but that offense just went super, super radio silent. And, I mean, you shouldn't leave the game into a ref's hand, as you mentioned. Like, you have to go out there, make the plays, win with no doubt left behind. You just got to go out there, make the right plays, put points up on the board, and leave no doubt. And the Ravens just did not do that, and it cost them. Like, they're in danger of not even making the playoffs here. I think that the Steelers, with only a couple more wins, and then Mike Tomlin gets the inevitable winning season. So, I mean, the Steelers just continue to find ways to win year in and year out. I mean, it's not really impressive if you don't have playoff wins to go behind that, but who knows? They might get it done this year.
This was just another example of the NFL not clearly defining what a catch is. Obviously, I personally, if we're going off the rule book, I personally don't think it's a catch. Just because the NFL, what the rule book says, if we're not going by the rule book, it's a touchdown. But, I mean,
what's your rule book say?
If it's in the end zone, for me, 2 feet.
Uh-huh. And he had that?
And he had
with
that.
2 steps,
yeah,
and
but,
possession.
Yeah, but the NFL rule book says 3 feet. And
What's 3 feet?
3 feet down in a football move.
That's 2 steps in a move, I think
or
it is.
2 steps in a football move, or 3 steps. And that
no, I'll give you that. Move. I don't think he made a football move. I'll give you that.
I think it's a touchdown, but based off the NFL.
I see what you mean. What you mean.
But, I mean, it's Mike Tomlin, the Steelers. They're going to get the 9-win season and do nothing in the playoffs. It was also fun rage baiting Ben.
Oh my!
That
Shout out
was
Ben.
if you tuned in last week, we had a fun episode. We had a nice discussion about the Steelers and Ravens in our pick'em segment. But obviously for the Steelers, I can definitely see them being 9-8. I can see them going 2-2 in this stretch because they have the Dolphins, the Lions, the Browns, and the Ravens. Obviously, Ravens
Losing to the Browns.
Ravens and Dolphins are at home, and then it's 3 days after Christmas. That could be a Shadur Christmas or late Christmas gift. It'd be pretty fun to go 1-1. Even though I'd love to just lose out and get a nice little pick. Carnell, please be Cleveland Brown. That'd be pretty awesome. But big win for Pittsburgh. They now lead the AFC North. We will now go, speaking of North and cold, we'll go to Buffalo. And obviously they got a big win against the Cincinnati Bengals because Joe Burrow was looking good. 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Obviously only sacked once, which I think is pretty good for that Cincinnati O-line. But I think tough loss. Obviously that defense is still a problem. And his comments he made on Wednesday, I don't know what exactly, but the idea that it was saying, I don't want to say it's going to be like another Andrew Luck situation. I'd hope not. I was listening to the Schefter podcast. He got sacked in, I think it was 13 fewer games than Luck, like 200-something times. That's a problem, and that can do a lot for a player's health. So hopefully we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, but it's still something to note. But Buffalo, Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 251 passing yards, only 6 incompletions on the day. This is a really fun game to watch. They're really high scoring, but obviously Buffalo coming on top. They are 9-4 now. I mean, obviously, with how good New England's been, you're probably going to get in that wild card spot if you're Buffalo, unless New England kind of falls off a cliff, but still a great win for Buffalo.
Yeah, just a much-needed win for Buffalo. Those 2 turnovers really turned the tides, and then Josh Allen just turned it into Superman Josh Allen, literally doing it all for the Bills. And this was just a much-needed win for Buffalo. And this was just you couldn't lose this game if you were Cincinnati, if you really wanted a shot at the division. But, I mean, Buffalo just continues to move. I think it's going to be a great battle to see if Buffalo can claw back into the AFC East title picture.
Yeah, I think at the Bengals' end of the day, I don't think it really mattered. I don't think there was, realistic chances of them making it into the playoff. Bills get the win. I do want to say, though, I feel like there's 2 more important games we should probably talk about before the segment ends.
2 more, huh? All right.
Giants didn't play.
The Giants didn't play.
This game was living proof of everything wrong with the Bengals right now, and it's the defense. I mean, the second half collapse is inevitable every week.
I love snow games. They're the best thing the NFL has to offer, and Joe Burrow needs to present the people in charge, whether it be head coach Zach Taylor or the GM, give me an O-line or trade me.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Big win, though, for Buffalo. Obviously, we will go for one of the 2 important games. I want to go with the nightcap because Houston's defense getting it done, beating Kansas City
for America
in Arrowhead. Obviously, Brett, as you said, America's probably really happy, but we'll go a sentence or 2. Good win for Houston.
Dynasty is over, hopefully.
Yeah, it's done. This was amazing to watch. Patrick Mahomes tried his best, didn't look great. Multiple of these interceptions that they're going to try and blame on the receivers for drops were thrown behind, but the one at the end that capped it off, hitting Travis Kelce right in the face and him dropping it leading to interception, it is so gratifying to see the Chiefs about to miss the playoffs the exact same age Patrick Mahomes is. Tom Brady won MVP. Eat your heart out, Patty. It's over for the GOAT debate.
Kingdom is fallen.
I hate watching this game because I hate the Chiefs.
There you go. I mean, I think a lot of us did. Nice little 3-word there. Shout out flop factor. But we'll go one super. We're going to have to go a sentence. We're cutting low on time, but the Chargers, game-winning field goal. Jalen Hurts had 4 picks. Guys, that was ugly.
Jalen Hurts is the worst QB in the NFC East.
Whoa, that's some rage bait for the group chat. Chargers, big win for Jim Harbaugh. Wasn't pretty. Got it done at home. Still alive.
Shout out the Bolts, man.
I completely agree with you, Matt. And also, I hate the Eagles. So,
yeah, Harbaugh comparing this win to his marriage and the birth of his children was really something. I always love the Harbaugh comments, man. They're so funny. That's why we have it as the intro to the NFL segment on Sports Night, Wednesdays 9:30 to 10. But we will be taking a quick break. When we come back, we will be going to the Pick'em segment, so don't go anywhere. As you have been listening to 2 Minute Drill right here on U92 The Moose. Welcome into segment 2 of the 2 Minute Drill. I'm your host, RJ Rice. Alongside me, my best buddy, Don Bruschko, Cody Burton, Braden Laszlo, and Aaron Peppeling. Got almost all flop factor here. Missing DJ McDermott right about now. Usually he's here, but he's not active here today. But we are doing a fun version of Pick'ems this week as You'll find out if you see the tune here. But we'll start with Thursday Night Football. The Atlanta Falcons travel to Tampa Bay, Raymond James Stadium, take on the Buccaneers in Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yes. I'm a part of Flop Factor every week. Tune in with Cody Burton. Yep. I've been on some episodes. I don't know anything about the NBA.
We got to get you on one.
I'm good. I need
Ball.
some. Yeah, that's the only thing I would say is just one sentence words like LaMelo Ball because I don't know much about the NBA.
That's
Now,
content, man.
The West Virginia men's basketball team, I could talk a lot about. But we're talking about NFL football matchups. And, I mean, this is a pretty tough game to call. I mean, Tampa Bay, they're coming off a loss to the Saints, and that's embarrassing in itself enough. I mean, losing to Tyler Shuck when they really should have just drafted Shedeur Sanders that's a sad fact to go over. I mean, there was a stat that Shedeur Sanders actually has the most passing yards by a rookie quarterback this season. I think it's 300 over.
It's more 300
More
plus
than
yard
300,
games.
300 plus something. Good job. The perfect timing for that stat. But I'm going to have to go with Atlanta, surprisingly, because John Doucette actually gave a fun fact. Other than, since the World Series, Tampa Bay has only won one game.
That's
since
right.
the World Series.
Yep.
Believe it or not. That's why Carolina's right behind them. So I feel like their trajectory is just going down a slippery slope. I'm going to have to go with the Atlanta Falcons. That running back core is just too good. And even though Raheem Morris doesn't know how to execute and win games, even when it's in that 1-point differential and you can easily win the game, I finally feel like the Atlanta Falcons can maybe get a win here.
Tampa Bay is finally getting healthy. Mike Evans is almost back. He should be back tonight. So give me the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Thought you were doing 3 words.
I was quick.
Hey, you know what? Fair enough.
Arg, matey.
That's like, what, 2? Bro.
Bucky Irving domination.
Thank you, Aaron. You're the only one I think who followed script besides Dom on that one. If you don't get the gist now, we are letting Dom go rogue, and we will kind of have our a sentence or 2 picks. Next, you know what? I'm going to pick this game. This one's going to be fun. In Chicago, Soldier Field, the Browns take on the Bears in a game that will probably be very ugly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be ugly for the Bears. Give me the Cleveland Browns. You know what? I feel like I'm going to save the graphic here. I feel like the Browns defense is going to give Caleb Williams nightmares. Even though the Bears offense is very good, I mean, it's basically a loaded baked potato with the amount with the amount of offensive potential that it has. I mean, you got Cole Kmet, Colson Loveland at tight end. You've got Luther Burden III, DJ Moore, and you got Roma Dunze at wide receiver. What more can you ask for on the Bears offense? I mean, a lot, but unfortunately, the Cleveland Browns, this will be the one game that they win where you're like, what? What just happened? Why did Cleveland win? They need the tank for the draft. What are they doing? This is where they get that one win. It makes the Browns fans start to question their sanity like RJ and Nico. But I'm going to have to go with the Browns, even though it's probably going to go to a complete opposite way.
Yep.
The Dogs pound the Bears.
I would honestly, I'll say a couple more words than 3. If the Packers can lose to the Browns, so can the Bears.
Browns win. Bears collapse. No, not biased at all.
You know what? I didn't think it'd be almost close to a 50-50, but you know what? I'll go the Bears. You know what? Maybe just because I picked Chicago, things will flip and Cleveland will get a win. I thought we could beat Tennessee. We didn't, so we can't beat anybody now at this rate. But Shedeur looked good in the start, and that's all right now that matters. So you know what? I'll go the Bears, but still perfect timing. Next, we'll go to another AFC North team, but actually teams. The Ravens take on the Bengals in Paycor Stadium.
Because I'm storyboarding with this, and I believe the Ravens are probably going to take the division back from the Steelers, they almost are going to definitely win this game against the Bengals. I mean, yes, the Bengals were up 10 points against Buffalo, but Joe Burrow said, "Ho, Merry Christmas," and gave it right back, right back to the Buffalo Bills. Gave them 2 picks, gave them a pick 6 and another pick to help them seal that win for Buffalo. I'm going to have to go with the Ravens here. I feel like they get right back on track. I mean, they're probably going to be becoming angry out of that loss from Pittsburgh. I mean, it really came down to officiating in that game. If they rolled out a catch in the end zone, then Baltimore probably would have went out with a win against Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with Baltimore. They're going to dominate Cincinnati.
The gurgling croak of the Ravens will be heard as they flock.
Wow.
Bang.
That was some poetry. I mean, Bengals rule in the jungle. Give me the Bengals.
Rage baiting Ben, who day?
Bro, you know what? I'll go with Cincinnati. I want to go to the fun pick. I think Joe Burrow will spread Christmas cheer and holiday cheer all around Cincinnati as they get a nice little victory in Cincinnati. Make them 5-9, and they'd be now 3-4 if they got that victory. Baltimore to me has just not looked impressive. That offense is really iffy, and I don't know. Don't be shocked if you see some sort of shocking change in Baltimore. I wouldn't be surprised. Next, we will go to the AFC West. The L.A. Chargers, coming off a big win against the Eagles, faced the Chiefs in Arrowhead, but they lost recently in Arrowhead against the Houston Texans.
I feel like this is going to be a very not fun game to watch, kind of ugly, like the Monsters, Inc. game the Chargers had against the Eagles. But I'm going to have to go with the Chargers here. I feel like the Chiefs, they've just looked really rough this season, and it goes to show that the AFC West has recently become a really good division. I mean, the Broncos and Chargers are miles ahead of the Chiefs right now. Chiefs aren't even in the playoff picture, or barely are. I'm going to have to go with the Chargers here. I mean, Justin Herbert, the incredible if, as some may call him. I feel like this time he's going to have a good game, and it's going to be close, but give me the Chargers by a field goal.
Lightning shines as the castle crumbles and the Chargers win.
You got Edgar Allan Cody over here. Love it.
Bolts over 6-7 Chiefs.
Dude, you got to be kidding me. Oh, Lord.
Chargers win with Sully out for the season.
Dude, James P. Sullivan, man.
Shout out.
He had a legendary performance.
James
4
P. Sullivan
interceptions.
had the lone best performance in NFL history of someone that would retire the next day.
Yeah.
It was quite literally like he was the angel falling down from the heavens, giving the Los Angeles Chargers a massive win as they intercepted Jalen Hurts 4 times, kicked a 50-plus yard field goal. I love James P. Sullivan. I love Sully.
Didn't he pick off Mike Wazowski?
Yes.
I think he did.
He did twice.
Wow.
And Jalen Hurts twice.
So this is where we lose a lot of listeners.
Yeah, we're getting off track here. You know what? I will go with, I don't know. Aaron, did you pick?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm making sure you picked. I didn't want to skip you. I'm going to go with the Chargers. We do not condone gambling here at U92, but Vegas sees KC in this one, but I don't. So I'm going to go with the LA Chargers. I think they'll get a win. Get to 10 wins on the year. Next, this is the game of the year, or not game of the year, game of the week. I mean, it could be game of the year. Who knows? The Buffalo Bills travel to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots, who are 11-2 on the year.
I feel like the New England Patriots are going to walk away with another win against Buffalo. I mean, if Josh Allen isn't given that 110%, then the Bills aren't going to win the football game. It just goes to show. I mean, that wide receiver room is a committee, as it seems. Like the Green Bay Packers a little bit, even though Christian Watson looks like he's maybe leading the race now in the Packers receivers room. But I feel like this is one of those games where you're like, wow, this is going to be a really fun matchup. It does. It could be a really fun matchup. There's that potential. But if Josh Allen isn't backed up by at least, James Cook and maybe like Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, then this could get very ugly very quick.
The young quarterback may win his 12th game.
I love this Patriots team so much. Give me Drake May Monday.
Blake cries, Bills fly.
You know, I'll go here with a nice little Matt Foley pick, one sentence. I saw a Drake May edit on TikTok. Go Pats. Next, we will go with, obviously, I think the low-light game of the week. The Washington Commanders going to MetLife and taking on the New York Giants. These teams have a combined record of 5-22.
Yeah.
21, I lied. My bad.
Oh, sorry. If I saw this matchup on my TV, I would just immediately turn it off because it would be a waste of my time. But sorry to any fans who support the Commanders or the Giants, but it's just
Sorry,
these
Matt.
two teams. Sorry, Matt. But is Jackson Dart playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I'm going to have to go with the Giants for this game. I was going to pick them originally. I thought it was, for some reason, I was in limbo and thought that Jameis Winston was still the starting quarterback. But I'm about 2 weeks off right now because I haven't tuned into this team for a minute. But I'm going to go with the Giants because, I mean, Jackson Dart, he's shown that he's a very good rookie. And the Commanders, they've just looked very rough this year. Jane Daniels has looked like he's in his sophomore slump. It seems very, I don't know. The sophomore slump seems to be common now in the NFL. It kind of gets me very upset.
Yeah, Dom, actually, Jameis did start on the Fox NFL pregame show.
Oh, he did?
So he did start, technically.
Didn't Russell Wilson go to the booth?
He was
too?
CBS,
Oh,
yep.
man.
That was, you know what, that's a situation and a half. That's certainly something.
Commanders reign over the G-Men.
coldest white boy in New York gets the dub.
Commies win.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Giants. Shout out Jackson Dart. I don't think the Commanders have what it takes to stop them, so I'm going to go with the Giants. So, next game. If they don't win this, there's a lot of issues, and there might be a firing. The Philadelphia Eagles face the Raiders, and this is in the Link. It's in Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Is Kenny Pickett starting? That's the first question.
I believe he, as of this moment, he is.
I mean, Kenny Pickett did play in a Super Bowl last year.
He did?
Played for like a minute.
He won one.
Yeah, he did. He has a Super Bowl ring. I mean, I can't pick the Raiders here. There seems no way possible to pick the Raiders here. I mean, if they won, then Philadelphia would probably burn down, let's be honest. But the Eagles, I mean, they're a way better team. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, he just had an off game in the Monsters, Inc. game. He's going to have games like that, but this Eagles team is just stacked. It's loaded, has a good defense, good complementary football. I mean, when it's not when the receivers don't complain about their targets, when they lock in, they can get the job done. So I'm going to go with the Eagles here.
Kenny Pickett tries to pick up a win, but he trips on a stick, resulting in a big fat loss.
Give me the Raiders.
Pickett legendary game.
Really?
Let's
Wow. You know
Saving
what?
the graphic.
We have fun here. Oh, it's 50-50 split. I break the tie. Gonna go with the Eagles, man. I can't do it. There's no way, dude. You can't. If the Browns beat the Raiders, trust me, they're not gonna win.
I got one more thing for this.
Oh no.
Eagles crash. Eagles crash down into the ground.
Okay.
Wings are clipped.
You think they're gonna lose? Okay. I'll still go with the Eagles though. I think they're gonna go 9-5, especially since this is at home.
Those poor Eagles, man. Don't. That's a beautiful bird, man.
It's not a bald eagle.
The bald eagle, the United States bird. Yeah. Next, Jets and Jaguars at Everbank Stadium.
Jets! They aren't going to win the game. Sorry, John. Jacksonville Jaguars are going to get another win. Travis Etienne is going to absolutely embarrass their run defense. And John Doucette is probably going to go, I'm all footballed out within 5 minutes of the game. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With them by at least 2 scores.
He's so accurate. That is an actual true fact, for those wondering.
Duval.
Can you do a Liam Cohen one where he says it awkwardly?
I was trying to.
Duval. There we go. Good Lord.
Jags. Give me the Jags.
Okay.
I really don't know who to pick.
Coin toss.
Jets, Jets. Someone has to do them.
I think the Flying Doucettes will not win in this one. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one. And we get to Jacksonville, the 10 wins on the season and still leading the AFC South. They do win. Next game, the Houston Texans host the Arizona Cardinals at NRG Stadium.
Now, if I was to say the Cardinals would win, I'm going to say they're going to put up quite a fight. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, whenever he's on that field, he's looked a lot better than Kyler Murray this year, by the way. Puts up quality football. I mean, I know the Texans right now, they're on a roll, but Arizona's not a team to take lightly. So this can come down to a one-score game, but I feel like Houston has been on the right track right now. It's like I saw a tortoise in the hare graphic. They've been the tortoise. They've been slowly climbing their way back up into the ranks, being important. Didn't start off the season so hot, but right now they're a team to look out for. Give me the Texans.
Hard-hitting defenses always tend to prosper. The Houston Texans will go to. I was trying to.
9-5.
9-5.
You can try rhyming with that.
There we go.
There you go.
The Houston Texans will be on their Dolly Parton going 9-5.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
I like that, Braden.
Cardinals are used to scamming the Texans. This time the Texans are going to scam the Cardinals. Texans win.
I'm going to go with the Texans as well. I think the Arizona Trey McBrides will not get a win in this one because he just gets a lot of targets. And Jacoby Brissett, you know what? Tom, you bring up a great point. He's looked pretty decent. Who knows what will happen with Kyler this offseason? That'll be very interesting to track. Let's go to the 425 window. Braden, this is your game, man. The 9-3-1 Green Bay Packers. Oh, and Cody Burton, too. I forgot. My bad, Cody. Braden's been talking about it for the past 30 minutes, so that's why I picked the Braden first. But Braden and Cody, your eyes will be glued to this game. Green Bay Packers, Denver Broncos in Mile High.
This is going to be a very close game, but I feel like it comes down to the strength of the offense. And right now, I have to give it to the Green Bay Packers. I know that the Denver Broncos probably have the best defense in the NFL, but their offense is kind of shaky to me. I don't know. It's just some weeks you have Troy Franklin balling out, other weeks you don't. I have to take Green Bay. Even though the wide receiver room's a committee, I feel like Jordan Love can get the job done. He's clearly gone over the hump of losing Tucker Kraft. He's grown a little bit through this process. Maybe build some chemistry with his other options. I feel like the Green Bay Packers, they're not going to win this one handedly, but it's going to be a very close game, a fun one to watch. Give me Green Bay.
The Packers are a very good team. The Broncos are a very good team. This is going to be a great matchup. But all I got to say is that the best quarterbacks always shine when it's the right moment to, and the days of Toyota-thon always falls on the clutchest time of the season. So it's not Toyota-thon, baby. It's just that love is clutch.
I mean, this Denver Broncos team is extremely talented and undefeated at home at that, 6-0. Green Bay is going to have their work cut out for them, but it's Toyota-thon, baby. Give me Jordan Love and the Packers.
Christian Watson becomes Riley Moss's dad.
Oh. All right, then that's a way to go about it, I guess. Rocking the baby, man. I will say this before I make my pick. I'm trying to make sure I have the streak right. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll say about 4 or 5 games. Denver has been in a one-score game, but has come out on top victorious. I think that ends this weekend. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers here in a very, very close victory. I think for Green Bay, if they get this win, I mean, there's going to be a lot of high momentum there in Lambeau Field. Beautiful stadium, by the way. Just beautiful town. Got to be there one year. It's really nice, I'll tell you that. But next game, we'll go to L.A. The Lions of Detroit take on Matt Stafford and the Rams in SoFi Stadium.
This is always a fun matchup to watch. I feel like Detroit fans are going to travel for this one, as this is always the Matt Stafford, Jared Goff trade replaying itself. I think this is the 3rd time that you've seen this play out, maybe 4th time. I'm not sure. But Matt Stafford has lost his love for Lions fans. I forget the controversy of it a few years ago. I'm going to have to go with the Rams, though, for this one. It is going to be a very close game. It is going to get very personal, maybe a little bit chippy at some points. But the Rams just have a loaded offense. Matt Stafford, he's cooking right now with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. You have Kyron Williams balling out as well. That defense is very good with those pieces that they've added over the past few drafts. I mean, Detroit's very good, but I feel like they're struggling at some aspects of the game this season. They are going to make the playoffs, yes, of course, but I'm going to have to go with the Rams here. They're just a more complete team to me.
Stafford continues to pile on to his MVP campaign.
Lions win. Packers get 1 seed.
Rams shove it down the Lions' throat.
All right, I'm going to go the Rams. 11-3. I think they'll do really good. Obviously, the Matt Stafford stuff, I believe, Don, with what you're referring to, is how the fans treated his wife back in that big playoff game. I think that's the reason why Matt Stafford does not have any love for the fans in Detroit anymore. Probably still has love for the organization. Probably not the fans. Next, we will go with a fun little NFC South matchup. The Carolina Panthers, which if things fall their way, could be the division leaders. Go off against the Saints, who just beat the Buccaneers.
Now, if anybody knows, it's been a few weeks since I've done this, but no bias at all when I say this. But the Carolina Panthers are going to absolutely destroy the Saints. This is the moment where they plant the flag to claim victory for the division. If the Buccaneers lose, this is where Bryce Young, by the way, he surpassed Cam Newton's passing record. He set himself in Carolina Panthers history. Panthers Nation will keep on pounding. Give me the Carolina Panthers by 2 scores.
Bryce Young believer.
Brusco bus rolls on.
Tyler Shough gets another win.
The Brusco bus and the gas is on the floor. The Panthers are going to win. They're going to go to 8-6 and potentially could have the division. I mean, the Saints are coming off a really big win against Tampa Bay, but I don't think that happens 2 weeks in a row. We'll go with Carolina. But, if it's pretty close, it'd be pretty fun, too. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans travel to Levi Stadium to take on the San Francisco 49ers.
I mean, after watching that game, Cam Ward looked pretty composed against the Browns, but the San Francisco Niners, with the system that they have, whether it be Mac Jones or Brock Purdy or whoever they have, wherever, in any position, they seem to do very well. It doesn't matter how many players get injured. San Fran just keeps on rolling, and they always end up in the playoffs. So I'm going to go with San Fran. They're going to embarrass Cam Ward, even though Cam Ward's basically the Ferrari in an abandoned barn with the Titans. And yes, it's his first year. That's saying a lot for the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go with San Fran here.
Tony Pollard's spin cycle, somehow the Titans win 2 straight.
Wow. Give me the Niners.
Niners by 30.
I'll also go with San Fran. It'd be pretty cool. Tennessee keeps a little bit close. I think obviously Cam Ward has a lot of potential, but still have to build some pieces there in Tennessee. But I'll go with San Francisco. Next game we got the Colts take on the Seattle Seahawks. And as of things trending right now, and what I've seen, you could see Phillip Rivers starting for the Colts this weekend.
Now, if you were to say this was the matchup 5 weeks ago, I would have said this could be the Super Bowl. This could be the Super Bowl right here, the Super Bowl preview. But due to injuries, this is still going to be a fun game. Don't get me wrong. Hopefully, Phillip Rivers can still ball out, even though in his press conference he said, well, I'm so glad that Zoom's not here anymore, since the last time he was there was 2020 in the peak of COVID-19. But I'm going to have to go with the Seattle Seahawks. Again, them and the Rams, 1 and 2. You can interchange those two teams. Sam Darnold, another guy who could say is another man's trash is another man's treasure. The Seattle Seahawks team that found their guy at quarterback. They have the offense rolling on all cylinders. Rashid Shaheed contributed with that kick return. I mean, they got everything going for them right now. The Seattle Seahawks, I feel like, cannot lose this game.
12's up.
Give me the Seahawks.
I want to take the Colts so bad, but Seahawks.
Probably the good call there. I'll also take Seattle. Obviously, too much stuff going on at quarterback, but Jonathan Taylor has a good enough game in Lumen Field. It would be pretty interesting, but still going to go Seattle. The 8:20 game, Sunday Night Football, coming to Jerry's World again as AT&T Stadium will host the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, this is a very tough game to project, but I'm going to have to go with the Minnesota Vikings for this game, as they're going to give Dallas a 6-7 record, as Brian Flores, one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, can cook up some schemes. I feel like he'll be able to easily overwhelm Dak Prescott, and it's going to be a close game. Don't get me wrong, that Dallas offense is very good, but I just feel like this is a Minnesota Vikings type of win, even though it doesn't really matter at this point in the season. They're just going to win the game.
Watch out. 9's coming.
Unleash 9, baby. Give me the Vikings.
What has happened here? Anyways, CD's going to be back, so CD and the Cowboys are going to dominate.
It's 2-minute drill, Aaron. Half the time I don't know what's going on. But I will take the Dallas Cowboys in that semi-close matchup. I think this one will be pretty fun if that defense of Minnesota's plays to their potential. But next, this will probably be the Don Brusco rain of the day, as Monday Night Football is in Acrisure Stadium, as the Miami Dolphins, who have been so far pretty red hot right now, coming up against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, I'm going to go with my gut instinct for this. This is definitely a game the Pittsburgh Steelers are 100% going to lose. They have a home game at Acrisure. That doesn't matter. It never matters when it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They can beat one of the better teams in the NFL, then lose to the worst one the next week. It doesn't matter. Their defense, highest paid in the NFL, can get ran over by Devon A-Chain. Doesn't matter. They're going to give up the division to the Baltimore Ravens. So this game doesn't matter. The Miami Dolphins are going to win. Tua turn the ball over. Is going to look like the best quarterback in the NFL. He's probably going to pass for 350 yards. It doesn't matter. They're going to win the game. Give me the Miami Dolphins. The Pittsburgh Steelers stand no chance. I'm going with my gut instinct right now.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number 1.
Was that their theme song? What?
I thought you ChatGPT'd that.
No. That's the Miami Dolphins fight song, baby.
Really?
Yeah, y'all didn't grow up around the real Dolphins fan, man.
No, I have
Wow, that's
not.
a weak fight song.
I don't know a Dolphins fan.
Shout out Jay Raines. He is a Dolphins fan.
We're going downtown, and we're taking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's go.
Achan's going to have a great game, but Steelers still win.
This game really is a coin toss for me. I don't know who's going to win. If this game would end in a tie, that'd be really funny. I can't even lie. But a gut instinct of mine, a nice AFC North defense, which the last time, I can't believe they did this during the Colts game or before the Colts game, having a funeral for their defense, and then their defense just shut down the Colts. I don't know. I mean, it depends if there's a funeral or not, but I'm going to go with the Fins. Fins up. I'll take the Miami Dolphins. I think Devon Achane will have a great game. Hopefully Jalen Waddle does something for my fantasy team. That would be pretty cool. Wow, look at that. 26 minutes, guys. Good job.
They should have a funeral for the playoff hopes for this game, too. They should just do that. I feel like that's customary. We should do that.
I mean, not everything is forever, but 9-8 surely is. But
9-8, we can't win a game. What?
Oh, I was waiting for you to finish off your song. This was a nice little fun twist, as this will be the last 2-minute drill probably of 2025, unless we kind of do some online things and figure some stuff out. But if we do not see you until January, we thank you for listening all of 2025. We will definitely be back in 2026 to talk definitely about some playoff ball. But happy holidays to everybody celebrating. It'll be really fun. Obviously, we will all be on break, so we will not be here. So tune in for the next episode of 2-Minute Drill, Sundays 12 to 1 in 2026. So I've been your host, RJ Rice. Alongside me, it's been Don Bruchko, Cody Burton, Braden Laszlo, and Aaron Pepling. And we will see you on the other side as you've been listening to 2-Minute Drill right here on Uniting to the Moose.